Hey, welcome. Here's a question for you. Do you ever feel like you're just running on empty? Like your spark plugs aren't sparking, like your gas tank's empty? Do you ever feel like that?
I feel like that all the time. I'm a mum. Like even last night, I was awake half the night looking after a not so well child.
Not so well, child. So if that's you, then you're in the right place at the right time. Tonight we're going to talk about the two biggest problems. When you think about nutrients and vitamins and stuff, we're going to talk about the two biggest problems, the two biggest challenges that face us, and how we can solve those things in one cute little package.
It's very cute.
When you were young, did your parents ever say to you, "Eat your veggies"?
No, my mum just told me to eat everything on my plate. Everything.
Well, I certainly got that story. My mum would always say, "You've got to eat your veggies because that's where you get your vitamins and your minerals from. So it's really important." And I guess if you're like me growing up, you were told, 3 veggies and 2 fruits, or I don't know what the thing was. But over time, that's actually increased. The last time I saw it was like you have to eat 7 serves of vegetables and 6 of fruit or something like that to get all the nutrients and the minerals that you need. So that leads us to the first big challenge.
The first big challenge is the quality of our food. So the fruits and veggies are no longer the same quality as the fruits and veggies were probably when our grandparents were growing up. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. One is the soil, which you've heard us talk about before when we've talked about mineral essence. And why you should take mineral essence is because a lot of the soils, the quality of the soil, that's just been so degraded that it's not growing healthy food and you're not getting your vitamins and minerals from the soil. But the other thing is that we're trying to grow bigger fruit and veggies and faster fruit and veggies and with less pests. So we're spraying all this stuff and that is actually stripping a lot of the good nutrients out of the fruits and veggies. So you're not getting that quality, the vitamins and stuff from just eating your fruits and veggies alone.
So if you've ever, you used to buy a punnet of strawberries and there'd be like 20 of them in there. And now you buy a punnet of strawberries and there's what?
6.
6 or 3 or something.
It depends how big they are. And they're not even as red as what they used to.
And people always go, wow, they don't taste as good as they used to. Well, that's the problem. They're also not nearly as good for you as they were because, as Kim said, they haven't got all the stuff. So that's the first problem, is that the idea that you can now eat a healthy diet and that's going to be enough to give you all the vitamins and minerals that you need, it's actually false, and that's been proved in a lot of studies. So that's the first big problem. So that means that the only way that we can really get what our body needs to be healthy is by taking vitamins and mineral supplements. But that leads to the second big problem.
Which is like basically fluoro-coloured wheat. And we've talked about that before as well. So if you take large doses of vitamins, usually in tablet or capsule form, you'll notice that within sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes half an hour, sometimes an hour, you will be weeing most of them out because the body just can't absorb them in those large amounts. So we basically just wee them out.
Yeah, and it's not even just the large amount, it's just the way that they're given to our body. Our bodies just can't actually grab them and take all the goodness that they need. Our bodies don't produce most of the vitamins that we need, apart from vitamin D, and that's only because when we're out in the sun, our bodies synthesize it. But the rest of them we have to get from our diet. So our diet isn't working because of all the fruit and veggies and soil problems. And a lot of the vitamin supplements that we take, they don't provide, the vitamins don't actually get in. So that brings us to the solution, which is a brand new product from Young Living. So do you want to tell us a little bit about it? I'll wave some of these around because these are so cute.
So I guess being a mum, and most of you that will be watching this video will be mums, and I'm sure dads feel just as tired. I'm not going to take it away. No. But as a mum, I know that especially when I was breastfeeding and when my kids were young, I was so super tired all the time. And, you know, like my diet consisted of a piece of toast often. And I felt like my baby was just sucking. I'm just watching a spider crawl up the light. Sorry, just distracted me for a minute, a big spider. My baby's just sucking the nutrients of the life out of my body. So, and you know, that's just the short term is our bodies. Basically, it's kind of like the dashboard in the car and the lights are going on and it's telling you your tiredness and your lack of energy there's clearly something wrong. But over the long term, if we don't get the right micronutrients, so your vitamin A for your eyesight, your vitamin C, like obviously in winter we all know about the importance of vitamin C, your vitamin D that Jeremy talked about before, that obviously we can make that from the sun, but some people just don't and they don't get enough sunlight. Your vitamins B, I mean B's are your energy, like that's why I don't know, there's a certain B vitamin thing that I used to take after a big night out. I'm sure you guys know what it is.
Was it
but yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So they're your B vitamins, they are your energy. And if you are have not, like you're slow and have no go, then you need some B vitamins. Like that's just the reality of it. And so these are actually vitamins in a liquid form. So the reason that they are in a liquid form is to do with this. I'm going to read it because I cannot remember what it was called.
It's so cool. I'm going to geek out on it.
It's called liposomal encapsulation technology. There you go. So tell us, what is liposomal encapsulation technology?
My analogy is this. When you take your old classic vitamin pills, it's like someone from the post office delivering packages at your place. But they basically stand out on the road and they pick the packages up and they just throw them at the side of your house, right? And they're pelting your house with them. And some of them get in and some of them you open the door and grab one, but most of the stuff doesn't. And that's what we pee away, right? So what we need is some way of getting these vitamins, some of which are water soluble and some of which are fat soluble. We need some way of getting them into our bodies, into our cells, so they accept them. And that's what this liposomal encapsulation technology is. The really short version is that they've smushed up all the vitamins, right, into a mush, and that goes inside. The water soluble ones, they go inside a little fat capsule.
So the water soluble ones are your vitamin C and your B. So B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9 and that B12 one that I was talking about before.
Yep. And the other vitamins go into the actual fat capsule because they're fat soluble. So you end up with fat soluble on the outside and water soluble on the inside. The cool thing is...
And the essential oils go in the fat soluble one as well, because if you've heard any of our other videos, we talk about how essential oils are all fat soluble. So they go in the fat bit.
So what happens when one of these little encapsulated things appears in your body and it knocks on the door of your cell is actually very similar structure. It's got fat around the outside, it's got water soluble stuff on the inside. It looks at that and goes, you're just like us. It opens the door and all that goodness goes in, which is so cool.
It sounds like we're saying that these are like little capsules or anything like that. They are. It's like a liquid. So you don't, it's like it's capsules. Micro stuff. So it's like you can't even see the little capsules that we're talking about. This just happens in the liquid itself. So the liquid is actually like a fruit concentrate. So it's made up of grape, dark sweet cherry, purple carrots, cranberry, and it's even got wolfberries, so similar to your Ninja Red. It's actually quite sweet, and it's got 3 essential oils in it: ginger, lemon, and tangerine. I actually like the taste. I mean, it's sweet, but the first time I had it, I thought, oh, it's super sweet, but you actually quite get used to it. I've been having it. I think we got it about sometime Thursday, maybe last week, and I've been having it each day, and I like it. So the taste is similar to Ninja Red, but slightly different, sweeter, I guess. The other thing about the delivery system, that liposomal encapsulation system, is that they've actually done tests on it, and particularly the B6 and vitamin C was actually absorbed in our intestines 200 times, 200% more than without that technology.
And the other thing which they did a study on it with vitamin C and similar things. So vitamin C, more of it got into your bloodstream and it stayed in your bloodstream longer. So the term for that is bioavailability. So they're increasing the bioavailability of the vitamins at least 2 times.
Yeah, and it's actually more stable as well.
Yeah.
So, lasts longer,
Yeah.
more comes in these cute, convenient little packets, so you can actually take them with you.
Yeah.
It's kind of already measured out, so you don't have to worry about measuring it out. And
the other quick thing I'd say is it probably needs to be part of your daily routine, simply because most of the vitamins that we take are water soluble, and that means they don't stay in our bodies; they get flushed out.
we don't store them anywhere.
So this would be ideal to take with your Ninja in the morning. That would be a great combination. And if you're taking anything else, then take that as well. But yeah, just an awesome thing to add to your daily.
The top just tears off like that.
Yeah.
And
How did you tear that off?
down. Just tear from the other side if it's not working. I'll be really bouncing because that's my second one for the day.
You'll be full of energy.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be able to spend another night looking after Caitlin.
So there it is, the 2 challenges that we face at the moment. Getting nutrients into our body, we can't really do it just by eating the right things. We actually need to take a supplement, and having a supplement that actually will get those things into our body is bioavailable.
It's pretty unique and special, this technology.
So what's it called?
It is called Master Formula Essentials.
Yep.
And you can get it now.
I'm excited. You can probably tell that.
He really geeked out over all this stuff.
I did. I'm watching the thing and going, that is so cool. Especially the idea, the way that it actually gets directly into our cells, I think is super, super cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we'll be back. We're
Next
here
week.
every Monday night.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll see you then.
See you guys. Bye.